I see it was this picture, right? Keke Palmer was at an Usher concert.
Yeah.
She had like a see-through
Yeah.
something. You can see everything. Wasn't nothing left to your imagination. And they said her boyfriend got mad, man.
You gotta get out the boyfriend boat, but
he let her out the house like that.
no, but I mean, he had a video of her twerking, and that was fun. That was fine.
Right.
She didn't need to be a
Picking
mother
and choosing.
then. Exactly.
Well, Usher sang to her though, yeah. You know
I mean Usher singing to your girl. I mean, a dude who got it like that singing to your girl, it kind of hurt your heart. But you gotta be confident. She chose you. You gotta be confident in that.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's up? What's up? Welcome back, Thinking Gang.
Number 63.
63.
Finally got the number right this time. So I hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Did you have a good 4th of July?
Yes. Fireworks. I don't know how independent I was or we are, but
I stayed in the house, man. I just kind of lounged around the house, man. Stayed in the house. Should have went to the gun range, but I stayed in the house.
Look at the scenery. I mean,
Yeah,
the picture don't go to. Some stuff don't go together. Don't look right.
I know, right? Yeah, everything ain't always what it seems, right?
Yeah.
So
who are me to judge?
I was watching something. It was July 4th, right? They had a party at the Hamptons. All the celebrities was there. And I heard somebody talk about on the podcast. It was pretty funny. It's like, all those people there, high-end party.
Yeah.
What about the bathrooms? Because that was somebody's house.
It's probably got somebody washing your hands. A little.
They said they bring in like high-end porta potties or something like that.
Oh, so you can't use the bathroom in my house.
Only like the A-listers probably can use the house bathroom. But everybody else Beyonce can use the house bathroom.
Yeah, bless the toilet.
James Harden probably got to go use the porta potty, the high-end porta potty. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be there that long. You're going to have to use the bathroom eventually. You cannot be somewhere that long, all white on, and not have to use the bathroom.
Especially when your drinks going around and things like that. I bet you some of those porta potties, high-end, is better than some of y'all bathrooms. Matter of fact, better than some of y'all's houses.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, Probably not by the end of the night, but probably when it started, it probably was. Yeah.
Crime scenes in there.
Yeah. So, going outside the box, one of our takes is, how hard is it trying to get people to understand, for all these women out here, they be talking about dudes are single, they ain't got a dad, understand the margin for error for a minority male, how slim it is.
Yeah.
People think we delusional. No, that's not true.
The struggle is not real.
Yeah.
Because you made it out, you went to college, you did this. You still have to worry about certain things.
Right.
Especially as a kid, a teenager, you get in the car with the wrong person.
Yeah.
It's too many of you in the car.
Right.
So many times, I got pulled over just because it was a couple black people in the car.
Boy.
You know what I mean? We got 5 black males. They up to no good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody's got to get their ID. So if one person you don't click has some drugs, you know what I mean? You might.
And he don't tell you.
Yeah, you might have an interesting night.
Yeah. And the best way to look at it is it's like going into life, but you don't have all the puzzle pieces. It's like missing pieces in that puzzle, but you still got to go live life at the same time.
And be held to the same standards.
Yeah, there's somebody who got the whole puzzle.
Yeah.
There's so much information that we don't know coming from the inner city going into being adult. So many things that you just haven't even seen or been exposed to as far as going into that transition to being an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like say we're talking about stability, just being stable. A lot of times it sounds like a simple word, but being stable to where you can work on your own, not have to ask for money from somebody else, and you can pretty much function as your own individual person. Not an easy place to get to, but that's something that kids need to know about, you know what I'm saying, as they're getting older. Like, you want to get to a point of stability, so.
And having your basic needs aren't free.
No, it costs.
So when he talks about stability, you know what I mean, he's talking about your basic needs.
You want to clean your bathroom.
Food, clothes, shelter.
Yep.
You
want to clean your house. Those products cost money.
Exactly. That stuff is not provided. And it's cost so much of your budget to get those main things that you need. And you might as well add transportation. If you don't have a job, you got to have transportation.
Yes. And I want you to do this, anybody. Go to Target. You say you want some new bath towels. Go to Target. Look at how much it costs for bath towels. The big towel, the mid towel, and the small towel.
Yeah.
And then times that times 10 or 20. See how much that costs. You be looking at $200 for just bath towels. If you get a new house and you're trying to furnish a new house, a lot of times people say, I want a house, but they don't think about the whole cost. You got to get a house. You got to get the furniture. You got to get the, like I say, cleaning stuff. You got to get dish towels. You got to get, bath towels.
And I know a lot of people have the mindset, all new house.
Yeah, boy.
Am I going to have the house I need? I'm not going to take my old stuff into my new place.
Good luck. Good luck. That could cost you $5,000. And that's low end.
Yeah, that's low end. I mean, that's Renter Center.
Easy.
That's Harbor Freight.
Man,
stuff like that.
Boy.
It's just so many just missing things that can happen to you, adversity wise. We're not making excuses.
Oh no, just keeping it real.
You just don't have as many pieces, and it's expected of you. You know what I mean? To be a man up. You're an adult. These things are supposed to happen.
Like, see, this is the content we making for that kid who wants to know about this. As far as like, you don't talk about this kind of stuff every day with people. Like, what it costs to furnish a house. You know what I'm saying? When you actually go grocery shopping, what it's like to go grocery shopping. Like, buying stuff you can afford. It don't matter if you don't like it. It's what you can afford. I know us coming up, we had all the generic stuff because that's the only thing we can afford. You think I like Fruitio rings or whatever? King vitamins? But that's what we can afford. So guess what? I'm going to like it. That's what's there. You know what I'm saying? And when you get older, you don't understand it until you become grown and you start spending your own money. And you realize a box of Fruit Loops going to cost you $5 to $7.
Yeah.
Versus Fruitio rings may cost you $2. Now you got a choice to make, and you only got $20 in your pocket.
Yep.
And you ain't even got to the milk yet.
Yeah, into the paper. And you got when we was little, we'll just leave the cereal up there. You know what I mean? Eat half the box and don't check back on it. Well, if you spent that $5,
boy, stale. You're
gonna eat all that cereal. You know what I mean? Within a week, try to put stuff to use. And it's different. The beginner adulting, that's what I call it. You know what I mean? When your parents start letting you buy your own little stuff that you need, you know what I mean? So you can buy your Stay Flow starch, and you can buy your video games when you get paid, and you can buy the snacks that the name brand snacks that your parents didn't want to buy.
Right.
When you're a full adult, it ain't like that. You buy what you need. Yeah. It's like, we ain't got no milk. Where the ground beef come from? Hey, your mama was buying that ground beef. Now you got to buy it.
It's an added expense. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You got to buy all the stuff. You got to buy the necessities.
Boy.
So when you're a full adult, you don't focus just on luxury items.
Yeah, and our next one, this is definitely for the men. It could be for women too. But as you're growing and getting older, don't allow your ego to not allow you to work on yourself as an individual. A lot of times, your ego and how you feel will stop you from doing something because you feel like you already arrived. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody say, hey, you might want to go to school. I don't feel like I need school. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't feel like I've been through that. I used to say that. I don't feel like I need school right now. But guess what happened? I'm in school right now. You know what I'm saying? At 40. So don't allow your ego to put you in those positions to where you wish you would have done that. You would have made a better decision. You know what I'm saying? Hindsight, you know what I'm saying?
But in hindsight, doing something somebody else suggested, you know what I mean? It seems like a good idea, but in that moment, it doesn't seem as good.
Right.
But the advantage to doing it later, you have, you realize it yourself, and you have the motivation of realization.
Right.
So when you realize how important something is to you, and you really realize it, nobody told you, you put two and two together yourself, it's a motivation behind it.
Yeah, and first little side note to this is rejection. Don't allow your ego to put you in a crunchy place because of rejection. Rejection is part of life. Every interview you go to, you're not going to get the job. Young guys, every girl you talk to, you're probably not going to get a number.
But you gotta keep those attempts up. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
when your running game ain't working, when your passing game.
Yeah.
Do quarterbacks stop throwing when they throw an interception?
No.
You can't.
Some do, but that's just
I mean,
one
you
that
can't.
don't
You
say
know,
positive,
you start to overthink.
Yeah.
You're tentative, like, what if I throw another interception? You got to keep throwing it. You got to keep running the ball. You got to keep trying. Even though it seems like your plan isn't working, it's consistency,
right,
and discipline.
Because when you playing at a high level, like how many quarterbacks playing at a high level don't have no interceptions? That's impossible almost to not throw no interceptions in a season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
to get a touchdown, you got to risk an interception.
Yes. If you got they may have 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions or something like that. The good ones or something like the ratio.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have some interception rejection in there. Failure. You know what I'm saying? You learn from your failures. If you show me a person that never failed, I'll show you the person that didn't learn that much. They probably got some advantage or something like that, but they never failed because you learn from failure. You learn from losses.
Or at least you should. Or you
yes.
Because you can get stuck dwelling on the loss.
Yes.
And be scared to go after new opportunities because
right.
every time you'll stick your head out your shell, you have you create your own trigger.
Right.
Negativity. Like, well, every time I try, if I don't try, I don't get beat down. If I don't try, I don't get disappointed. Right. So you set yourself in a life with no disappointments, but there's nothing to strive for.
Or you being afraid to fail. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna do it because I know I'm gonna fail. All you see is the failure, but you don't see the positive in it. You know what I'm saying?
It's pros and cons
right.
to everything.
Everything, yes, sir.
And then you start talking about self-improvement.
Yeah.
We live in a society with love me for me, knowing your worth.
Right.
Body positivity, speaking life on situations. Right, so you know your worth. You worth $1 million. You're priceless, right? So you're so priceless you can't improve.
Right, exactly.
So you're already 10.
That's
well,
ego.
you got to believe you're
That's
10.
ego. Yeah.
How smart are you on the scale of 1 to 10? 10.
Yeah.
How ambitious are you? 10. How motivated? 10. Well, there's no room to grow.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's good to see yourself positively. But you gotta properly analyze yourself, love yourself.
Yeah,
I need to lose some little weight. I need to get some more education so I can earn more.
Right.
But having too much ego, well, I don't have any weakness. Like when
right.
you're in the interview, what's your weakness? I don't have any.
Yeah.
I should be CEO of this company.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah,
you'll be a CEO of at home.
Exactly.
Another one is mistakes. Now, a lot of times, being from the inner city, it seems like people always kind of grade you always making mistakes. What I would tell that young man or that young woman is sometimes it's just making those small adjustments, those little incremental changes, you will start noticing that you're not messing up the same way you was when you was younger or making those same mistakes. I know for me, when I was younger, hanging out all the time, being out at night. Used to get tickets, you know what I'm saying, speeding tickets and, being out there on Usher and all that, getting tickets all the time. When I started being at home more and made that little change of just being at home more, the tickets almost to a minimum, if at all now. Yeah. I rarely, knock on wood, but I rarely get, tickets. It had to be something crazy, but it seems like you can increase your chances or decrease your chances based on the decisions you make and the things you get into.
Exactly. That's a good point. Small adjustments.
Yeah.
Celebrate the little wins.
Boy.
Because motivation sometimes is few and far in between. They say if you want something different, you got to do something different. Not if you're being consistent and disciplined.
Right.
If you're going to class every day, doing the right thing and studying, but the grades aren't reflecting it, keep going.
Yeah.
And especially if they are. I felt like I've been in school forever, but you're making all A's. You know what I mean? Keep going to school. Keep doing it. You know what I mean? If you're doing positive things and they feel like they're not working out, just keep doing it. Be consistent with that.
And then the last point on this, then we're going to move forward, is don't let your ego be so big that you don't understand when somebody's giving you misinformation. Because there's so much misinformation out here on social media that I don't think people really, sometimes your ego, because it fit what you want to do at that time, you don't really sit down and think about what they're really saying, you know what I'm saying? That's why people get scammed so much. I mean, it seems like scamming is at an all-time high. People get scammed a lot.
And another thing, like, it's so much information.
It is.
Right?
It's like out of a fire hose, man.
We saying like, well, we said we didn't have the pieces to the puzzle, right? Yeah. But information is out there. We could find a piece. Yes. You know what I mean? That's what people say. Well, you know, did you get out and look? What did you do to compensate for those pieces, right? So some people look for pieces, but then some people, they look for the solution they want.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, that feeds their ego.
Right.
So you go on the internet, and that's what scammers do.
They do.
They some shiny was like, well, you can make 10 G's a day working at home. Oh my God, that's me. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. No college, and it's like, well, that's probably a scam.
Right.
People know what you want. They dangling out there, and you search the internet, and you stopped when you found the answer you wanted.
Right.
Not the answer for you, just the one that you wanted. Yes, that's not even the answer to your question.
Yeah.
But that's the answer you want.
It be people talking about, yeah, man, you can make 7 figures from a podcast. Dude, they probably been doing that for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, we don't realize how hard it is, like, just to be consistent, man. It ain't that easy, man. And then you got to have a studio to really interview people and stuff like that, man. That's not an easy task, man. But if you don't got enough sense, you'll think, hey, I can start a podcast and make 7 figures. You don't realize that dude been doing that for 10 years already. But now he giving you the science behind what he doing, and I get that part, but you got to understand that that's not going to happen for you right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? So we're going into our next segment, realistic or cap. Well, that's been in the news lately, Disney layoffs. So looking at it from a different angle is, when they create their list of people to lay off, is it random or is it motivated by another factor?
We're going to get rid of all these people or all this kind of people or all that kind.
Because I've been laid off before. So I know how crazy it is. Like, I used to work at this little place, this little IT place, little ISP place. And they still probably do it. I mean, it happens so much, it almost like you can time it when it happens.
Yeah.
Number one, when it happens, like say your manager leave, you go on vacation. You know it's coming in. All the managers go on vacation. Next thing you know, you come in next day, or you see people telling them, get people to get clean their desk out. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk to my manager. He wouldn't have signed off on this. Well, he's gone.
Yeah. And then, you know it's only a matter of time if the company is struggling with money. If you see them struggling financially, you know what I'm saying, you know it's probably going to come. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that for people at ESPN, but I think a lot of them are celebrities, though, man. They can make their own content at this point now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you have to look at a job as, what am I going to gain from working at this job? Not what they're going to get from me, because they definitely going to squeeze the juice out of you, but what kind of juice am I going to get from this job? Like working at ESPN, you have to leverage your intellectual property of being on TV.
Yeah.
Now, you can't take what you did with ESPN with you, but you can take the fact that now people know your face and you're a known person, and you can maneuver that into making your own space now.
Yeah.
So you got to stay positive and not let the negative kind of bring you down in the quicksand, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what you think, man? You think it's random or you think it's motivated about something other stuff?
It's motivated, because I see it as like, okay, well, take some people with the higher salaries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Always the first
redundant.
One,
the redundant. Like, hey, he makes $1 million. Like, why does somebody personal assistant make $250K?
Right.
We can, hey, you get a regular assistant. You know what I mean?
Fat, yeah.
Exactly. Just doing things like that. But that's not gonna. That's usually not how it goes. We usually keep the higher salary people. You know what I mean?
It depends. It depends on where you're on the social, I guess, the political ladder. I guess.
Yeah. You know what I'm
saying? What side of the fence you on? Because I know when I worked at the ISP place, it would start with upper managers. You see them clean the desk off. Some of them be mad. You hear them in the background. You hear them in the background. And then after they get done with that round, then you start seeing departments. People clean their desk out, or you come back and, what's so-and-so at? Oh, man, he had to clean his desk out.
Yeah, it's a lot of trim. Like a lot of people like directors, and then we got assistant directors, and then we got assistant managers with like those kind of made up titles. You know, you see them gone, then they'll contract the lower level workers. Like, well, we don't have to have housekeeping on payroll.
Right.
We can just contract that
them
out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And have them, instead of cleaning every day, they can come in 2 times a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just pay them when they come in, and they like to say they had y'all under contract. Some people they didn't have a lot of full time workers. They had a lot of contractors, and that's a sign too when a job has a lot of contractors.
So long,
and not enough employees.
I think the toughest part for a regular person, most jobs, I don't know about all jobs, but the toughest part is when the manager go on vacation, they send somebody to come do it. You don't get a reason why they doing it.
Yeah.
They just say, hey, clean out your desk, you're being laid off, clean out your desk, sorry for your inconvenience, we're going to have to lay you off. They don't give you a reason, they don't say why, they just say we're going to have to lay you off, you know what I'm saying? If you got insiders, somebody that can give you information, maybe, but even so they give you the reason, it still don't matter. You still laid off.
Yeah,
you know
at the end of the day, the result is the same.
Because when they told me to clean up my desk, we knew it was coming. It's just a matter of time. Because they was like, one of my buddies that when I left told me that they didn't want to pay you what they was paying you as a contractor.
Yeah, of course.
And they just got tired of paying me. And they tried to offer me a job making less than that. And I was like, why would you pay me less than, and I'm working here making more than, and I'm making it like, you can at least meet me in the middle. They didn't even want to do
doing
that.
The same job. Yeah, exactly.
Then you had the people that hate. I'm pretty people there at ESPN. Man, I would have took less money, man.
You got to keep your job.
And they end up getting laid off just as well.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Hit them too.
Another 6 months, like you have a job with the low pay for another 6 months.
Yeah. But the experience that I gained working there, though, you can't take that away, you know what I'm saying? The stuff I learned as far as what I wanted to learn as far as how to do some things, you can't take that away as well, you know what I'm saying? Like I learned mostly like routers and switches and stuff like that, but picked up on how to do cameras and stuff like that, like say with the security cameras and stuff, how that kind of stuff kind of work. And pretty much you learn how the internet work, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty much really works. And that's another, he took a skill that he learned, turned it to a whole nother side business or another income.
So our next one, realistic or cap, affirmative action ruling. Is that going to affect things going forward? In your opinion, what you think?
Well, if you know or you didn't know, they they overturned.
The colleges cannot use race as a determining factor for admissions.
All right. So you think that's going to help minorities, or even it out?
Let us know in the
make
comments. Things
fair.
Yeah.
Or they going to make things more unfair? I don't know. I'm going to be idealistic and hopeful that it's not going to really change much. You know, they say, what's that, 75%? No, that's not 75% of HBCU enrollees or none black, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, others go to HBCUs anyway.
Right. And
we're just trying to get in there the schools.
Here's the thing about it, try to tell like a kid that this kind of stuff ain't talked about, right? A lot of times just things are not fair. It's not a fair playing ground. You have to know that. It's kind of like playing in the NBA, right? You got to understand the game that you're going into. You got to look at it like that. You want to go play in the NBA, you got to play by NBA rules. You want to go play in the corporate world, you got to play by corporate rules.
Yeah.
Different rules you got to go by. Whether you like it or not, that's a part of the rules, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, we think we're changing the rules with laws like affirmative action. We think we're taking steps in the right direction. Just for a couple years later, a couple decades later, they overturned these rules. And
then, from my experience, people find ways to circumvent the rules too.
Oh yeah.
The rule, just because it's there, who gonna make sure that everybody implements that law? You know what I'm saying? Or do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Who's the governor over there? But there's still jobs that don't got no diversity at all. You know what I'm saying?
So now
and they post it like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So I wonder if they're gonna take the race question off college admissions, applications for jobs.
Man, you know how much that costs to do that?
I mean, it's electronic now.
It still costs, man.
All
Somebody got to pay for that. They got to pay a developer probably to do that, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know how much?
But I think in smaller places, though, you got to think too. Another thing is it going to be a really hit because a lot of colleges are losing students.
Yeah,
you
so anything they can.
Any students they can, they get them in there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There's some prestigious colleges that get like, a lot of donations where they don't really care. They can really do what they want. But
what do they do with the excess money? I mean, bachelor's degree, wherever you go, is the same information, right? Maybe it's a better quality. It's gold wrapped.
Yeah.
But I can go to school for $5,000 a semester here, but I can go $100,000 a semester. Like, what do they do with those Ivy League schools? What do they do with the extra money for tuition per student every year?
You definitely, in my opinion, you definitely got to have a plan when you talking about doing like Ivy League education, if you can even get to that level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are you gonna go in stocks? You gonna work on capital? I mean, what's it called? Wall Street? You gonna work for Stevens Inc. or something? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to have a plan, man.
Richard Sherman went to Stanford.
Huh?
Richard Sherman went to Stanford.
He did, but he played football on a football scholarship.
Yeah.
Not academic, football scholarship. You know what I'm saying?
But if you got money, they got somewhere you can put it.
Oh, definitely.
If you can make $1, we got somewhere for you to spend it.
For sure. Now, we finna do like our bonus one, right? This got to pick one. This is our wrestling part, right? We talking about wrestling. We used to watch wrestling in the 90s, right? 80s and 90s. Shawn Michaels or Iron Sheik? If you had to pick one, which one would you pick?
I'm going Shawn Michaels. I liked him as an opponent. When he would fight the Undertaker. You know what I mean? He just
he knew how to work the crowd, bro.
Yeah, I mean, even when he was getting beat up, like, which I liked more, he was a really good, crash test dummy a lot to me.
His height made him perfect for the camera because he fit in the frame of the video. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was tall, when I was young, I thought he was taller, but man, when you see him in person, dude, like 5'5", probably. I was wondering why they call him a boy toy and all this stuff, but then when you see how small he is, like, dude like a little toy, man.
Yeah, a little mini man.
Pause on that, but yeah, he do like a little toy, man. But yeah, but he used to come out, man, and do what's the name, had the pyrotechnics, man. That was cold.
Yeah.
But I like Iron Sheik. I don't know why I like Iron Sheik, but I like the bad guys, though.
Yeah, I do love them. I mean,
that jabroni, Hulk Hogan. I'm going to beat him. You the Americans. Eat on.
And it's just to do you love to hate. But then I like Shawn Michaels in DX. He was kind of like
that Camel Clutch, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And those boots with the spikes on them. He used to be a good guy. I was watching the documentary. Said he used to be a good guy. He said he wanted to be the bad guy. He don't want to be a good guy no more.
He definitely made a better bad guy.
He was a better bad guy. That is tough though, Shawn Michaels. They both kind of like knew how to work the crowd in their own way, man.
Yeah.
Was he a good guy when he was a Heartbreak Kid before he did DX?
I guess so. I mean, a little baby face. That's what they call it.
When he was in WrestleMania though, when he flew out the rafters with the he had Gorilla Monsoon come out and say Shawn Michaels, then he came out the rafters on the string, man. That was cold, man. That was actually pretty cold.
The little zip line.
Sheik, man. Oh, I like Iron Sheik. I don't know what it was.
But he made good promos. Yeah. But then when
that Sweet Chin music though, yeah, that was.
When DX they used to make fun with the parodies.
NWO, that was their version of NWO.
Yeah,
bro.
that was just
Triple H.
So that was just super funny right there when they did that.
Well, Triple H outside of he was better when he was the game, though. I think he was better when he was the game.
Yeah, I think so. But it was so much funnier.
It was. It was.
When they was in DX, you know what I mean? And he was more entertaining as a wrestler as the game.
Because Hunter Hearst Helmsley was okay. It was good. But when he went to Triple H and DX, I mean, he kind of changed the game. It was funny. Yeah, he went to the game, man. Yeah, he was cold, man.
And that's kind of where you rested.
So this is a football topic. I seen they was talking about who you think got the better hands, Brandon Marshall or Tyreek Hill?
it's kind of like, LeBron James and Steph Curry argument. When you do something,
no, LeBron James, Steph Curry.
No. I mean, I'm not comparing.
Who got the better jumper?
No. Exactly. So
night and day.
Steph Curry's jumper is so good.
Yeah.
It make you think his dribbling and his passing not good because they are so good. No. And I feel like that with Tyreek. You know what I mean? He's so fast.
Yeah, that's what he said on the podcast.
You overlook his hands.
I get so much separation that I don't have to have people. People don't be falling over me. I gotta catch him with one hand because I'm so fast.
And he just be so open. So you're actually like a lot of people see Tyreek as a speed guy, but he's a number one receiver. You know what I mean? He's just not.
If he had another quarterback that could really throw the ball, like I don't know if Tua Luga can just throw, throw the ball like a quarterback.
He did.
But he threw a lot of like 5-yard, 10-yard passes.
He had the best quarterback.
I won't say another quarterback like that. He ain't going back to Kansas City.
I want to. Everybody wants another Patrick Mahomes, but I think when you're so good at one thing, when one thing is 100, people focus on his speed and not his hands. I mean, every highlight you're gonna see him running away from somebody.
Too many balls. Yeah,
exactly, but that's overlooked because he's so fast.
Yeah.
And when you think was that
Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall's his size, you know what I mean? And he's a more possession guy. And we don't focus like we see Brandon Marshall doing all these tough catches, catching over people.
Yeah.
We don't even really see his speed too much.
He wasn't a speed guy.
But he left a lot of guys, though. But you don't even think about.
Did he leave guys because of route running or pure speed, though?
See, but exactly. So we're
not. He may run it in and out. So
how fast you think he is?
I say Madden, right?
Yeah.
Was he like 88, 89 speed?
So you get that when you're big. You know what I mean? You catch balls like that.
Randy Moss, they probably the same height.
Yeah, exactly.
But he was a genetic. That was a genetic anomaly, though.
You don't consider Randy Moss a big receiver.
What?
I mean, people don't.
6'3", 6'4".
Yes, exactly. But you don't consider, like, when you see Randy Moss, you think speed.
Randy Moss is a fantasy receiver.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Do you really think about Randy Moss's hands when you first? Of course, I do.
He didn't drop the ball at all. If any, I mean, barely.
You know what I mean?
But Dante Culpepper, Cunningham.
Anybody.
Cunningham throw that thing with mustard on.
And he threw some pretty touchdowns.
They tried to out-throw him. They couldn't even out-throw him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If what's name had a quarterback like that, they could just try to out-throw him. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Dude probably would be, scorching.
I think the Dolphins got one of the best receiving duos. The Dolphins right now. Yeah. Got one of the best, better receiving duos that you got. But people can only see you for one thing. You know what I mean? When you see somebody, Randy Moss,
they saw Jerry Rice for everything.
Okay, no, I don't think so.
What?
A lot of people think Jerry Rice is a fundamental guy. He's a possession guy, and he really wasn't. He had the speed to run reverses. He had the speed to catch. He had the route running, the speed, the catches, the hands. He had everything.
Right.
But sometimes people just really see him as a all-around guy. He did so much stuff so good. It seemed like he didn't do nothing extraordinarily good. Exactly.
Him and the West Coast offense was the perfect marriage, man. Yeah. For sure. And it's like with Deion, did everything. I mean, he didn't even have to tackle. Like, even though people say he couldn't tackle, he didn't have to. He covered everything. He covered the whole side of the field.
And do you think that's exaggerated that he couldn't tackle, he wouldn't tackle?
Exaggerated.
Exactly.
Some of his highlights, he actually was knocking dudes out of Florida State.
I mean, he
was making dudes fumble and everything.
He wasn't punking down on his side, you know what I mean? But the ball wasn't around him.
And he was taller than what people think. He was like 6'2".
I'm not for sure.
He was like 6'2", man. 6'1", 6'2" at best. You know what I'm saying? Running like that, man. Yeah.
So which type of receiver do you want or you think is more valuable? Tyreek Hill or like Brandon Marshall type of receiver?
It just depends on the quarterback you got, man. Tyreek Hill definitely is way more valuable. I mean, hands down.
All right. Like, what about, like, okay, like a guy like Travis Kelce? Like, would you rather have a tight end that can do all the things he does or a receiver like Tyreek Hill?
I think
because they can't hold Travis Kelce.
Skill level wise, Kelce as a tight end, as a receiving tight end, probably was a little better than receiver because it's really hard to find a tight end like dude. I mean, like him and Shannon Sharp was on the same and Shannon Sharp after Shannon Sharp retired, it wasn't really too many like him after he left. You know
they got that. Antonio Gates came along.
Travis Kelce can play receive if he wanted. You can split him out on single back or something. Have him go out to the slot receiver.
He catches the ball everywhere on the field. He catch it outside of the hashes.
He pretty much
in
do
the
what
middle.
the defense give him. He'll dip down. Like if you try to cut him off at the top, he'll just dip down. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyreek Hill is good, but he still can get nicked. You know what I'm saying? Nicked. You know, running routes and stuff like that. It seems like Kelce is like available. You know what I'm saying? Your best ability is your availability. You know what I'm saying? And you don't get as injured as much as, you know, speed receivers sometimes get nicked and injured a lot. You know what I'm saying? Or they hamstrings really give them a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? When you that fast because your muscle twitch one good time.
We're going to go a tight end comparison. Like, would you rather have a tight end like Gronk or Kelce? And we got a big, strong guy catching in traffic, run block.
Gronk, even though he's getting injured a lot, man, dude.
I mean, without the injury.
Dude was like a highlight reel.
We're going to say perfect world.
He's like a highlight reel waiting to happen. I don't know because of Bill Belichick, you know Bill Belichick tight end heavy anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like dude just a highlight reel. I don't know what it was to do, man. Personality-wise, man. Dude just feels seats, man. I like Kelce too, man. It's a tough one, man, because Kelce good too. But, man, Gronk, though, man. Gronk was get it in. They didn't have no other receivers on the team. It was just Gronk sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
And they still couldn't hold him.
Dude would catch your fade routes. Whatever you need, man, before he started getting injured. Yeah, because, man, he could catch a pass and then his shoulder get out of place, you know what I'm saying, when he started getting injured. But
so which style would you prefer?
They almost was the same style, I guess.
I mean, I think, you know, Gronk bigger, more.
It seemed like they were the same size.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You think he bigger than Kelce?
Yes.
What? Not by that much?
That's a big, strong dude.
Kelce, you see Kelce, what, 230?
Yeah.
How did you think Gronk was? 260, 270 or something like that?
Yeah, 260.
That's really not that bad. Only, what, 40-pound difference?
40, yeah. Give me 40 pounds of cash. you take 220 pounds of cash. I'm going to take 270.
Oh, man.
That's a lot. When you move. But I would take kind of Kelce. I think it's just more versatile. You can do more stuff, like, for me.
Yeah.
You know, if I was running, I would probably take Gronk, boy, I would go Kelce.
Did he run block? Yeah, but Belichick, he didn't have no choice.
I mean, when you that strong, I don't care.
When you Patriot way, you gonna block. You know what I'm saying?
If he's hard to get by, even if he's not blocking.
Who was that? Gronk.
Gronk. I mean, even to run around somebody that big. Yeah. What about like receiver types? Like, so you would like a Tyreek Hill or like a Brandon Marshall type, or just type. You know what I mean? Just like.
I think receiver-wise, I would want somebody like
I mean, we all want Randy Moss.
I'm not even going to that.
Randy Moss and Moss and Megatron.
Yeah, that's too easy.
Yeah.
That's like somebody like T.O.
T.O.
was the perfect balance.
T.O. Versus like a Tyreek Hill.
I mean, Tyreek Hill all day. I mean, T.O. good, but come on, man. I mean, because T.O. could run, catch everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time T.O. was the best receiver in the league.
Oh, yeah. It was
it's hard to talk trash and be the best receiver in the league at the same time. Yeah. That's hard. When he played with the Eagles, man, he was talking trash to everybody, man. He still, you know that time he talked trash to Ray Lewis, man? Then he had him in he ran that route, man. They got behind him, man. Man, Ray Lewis was so mad, man.
Do you think Chad Johnson is better or on the same level as T.O.?
Wow.
I mean, they totally different playing style. They
maybe
totally
trash talking.
Yeah, who gives you the edge in trash talking?
Probably T.O.
Okay.
It's something about T.O., man. He just know how to agitate you.
Yeah.
I mean, Chad Johnson too.
You get mad at
Chad
T.O.
Johnson too.
Chad Johnson made you laugh.
Yeah. But T.O. actually, even though dudes get mad at him, they weren't gonna do nothing. Cause they say his word on the street, he beat the brakes off a dude in the locker room at the Eagles, man. A D lineman at that.
What?
A receiver.
But didn't I was what's that dude name? What's that linebacker? Bill Romanowski. He spit. And it was J.J. Stokes he spit on, or was that T.O.?
I don't think people have seen Bill Romanowski in real life. I mean, I know it's a race thing about there, but I don't know if you ever seen him in real life. I mean, it's like seeing an in-shape truck driver that you see at the Love's truck stop. Imagine seeing an in-shape truck driver walking to you. Oh, that's a tough one, man. Because Brandon Stokes wasn't that big, bro.
J.J. Stokes?
Yeah, J.J. Stokes wasn't that big. I think
J.J. Stokes was 6'3".
He wasn't 260 or 280. I mean, we probably, 280 with Romanowski, man. It's something about them skis, though. You know, Gronkowski, Romanowski, you know. Yeah, them dudes was big, man. And then he got shoulder pads on, too.
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
Sometimes
they don't get them excuse spit in your face, but I'm saying J.J. Stokes, I mean, they wouldn't have been smart, you know what I'm saying? Now, T.O. probably would have gave him some hands.
Oh, yeah.
He probably wouldn't did that to Shannon Sharp, but, yeah, I don't know J.J. Stokes.
Yeah, they was on the same thing. Yeah. I thought they got into it.
So what do you think about Rodgers, man, this year? You think he's going to be good?
I think he's going to be good.
I don't know.
But, man. I mean, he give me that. I mean, I love him to death, but he give me, like, he really don't seem like he really care. He's shaving points. Did he give up on the season halfway down? You want more players, but you want more money too?
Yeah, for sure.
I want y'all to draft some more receivers.
Yeah.
Can you give me an extra $50 million?
I can't imagine being that good that anything you say they'll pretty much do just about. That do, man.
I love Green Bay.
They got to affect your psyche.
I can't play. Yeah, in real life.
Yeah.
You gave your wife a ring. You expect her to do certain things.
Boy.
You be asking your kids. But like, I couldn't like. I love Green Bay. That was one of my favorite teams for a long time.
Really?
I can't play up there though.
Why not?
Like,
they got a heated field.
Nah, I don't get cold, but you know what I mean.
You get cold up there. I know you.
But you got to think years and years of playing in it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you get conditioned.
And you know what I mean, like your bones. I mean, arthritis kind of kick in.
What do you think about Derek Carr? You think he's gonna be good this year?
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna be great. He was great last year. I think.
Why they get rid of him then?
They got rid of him because he made the Pro Bowl.
Got rid of him because he's.
They lost a lot of games. He threw a lot of touchdowns.
He sucked so bad that they had to go get his old coach out of purgatory to bring him back, John Gruden, to bring him back.
The man made the Pro Bowl. I don't know. He was just a fall guy. Like, how can you have a Pro Bowl quarterback? Your running back almost leads the league in rushing. Leads the league in rushing. I think Devontae Adams almost led the league in receiving, and they lost all them games. That's not a quarterback problem. That's a coaching problem.
Well, how do you go to the Pro Bowl and you don't even make the playoffs, though?
I mean, how do you lead the league in rushing and don't make up the playoffs? Have you have one of the best receivers in football? They didn't make the playoffs. That's not on him. That's coaching.
You think so?
You know, I'm pretty sure they outscored some of the teams that was in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Touchdowns. Raiders touchdowns the whole year versus some of the other teams. I think
the next podcast we might talk about NFL more. We're really talk about some NFL stuff, man.
Yeah.
Next podcast we might do that. Compare that to some life stuff because the NFL season coming up.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we're finna get ready and sign out. Let us know what you think in the comments. What you think about affirmative action changing? What you think about your ego? Like your ego getting away sometimes. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Are you perfect the way you are?
Oh, my God.
Do you need to change?
Yeah.
Is your body the best body? Body positivity.
This is the last one I'm going to ask you right here. Then we go close out. I seen it was this picture, right? Keke Palmer was at an Usher concert. Yeah. She had like a see-through.
Yeah.
Something. You can see everything. Wasn't nothing left to your imagination. And they said her boyfriend got mad, man.
He got to get out the boyfriend boat, but
he let her out the house like that.
No, but I mean, he had a video of her twerking, and that was fun. That was fine.
Right.
She didn't need to be a mother then. Exactly.
Well, Usher sang to her though, yeah. You know.
I mean that. You know, I mean, Usher singing to your girl. I mean, a dude who got it like that singing to your girl, it's kind of hurt your heart. But you got to be confident. She chose you. You got to be confident in that. I wouldn't have a problem with it. You know. She not naked. I mean, this is not her behavior.
She pretty much was. I mean, it just was see-through.
Well, I don't, look, I mean, it's a body. I mean, we see a body's a body. You know, we see so much even walking down the street. It's nothing more than having a swimsuit on. I mean, Rihanna was pregnant, and I kind of think I wore a more revealing thing, and I don't, see her as any less. You gotta be, confident in yourself. And then I heard somebody say, well, that's what you get when you kind of have a baby with somebody that's on your level. Even though she makes more money or more famous than him, they're equals. Because she's laying down with him.
That's a whole nother world. Like, trying to compare regular life to entertainment.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't do that. I mean, that's
you know what? They
world.
may be doing this, for tweets. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
That's what I was about to say. They could be doing it for relevance, trying to stay relevant.
Exactly. I mean, how many
people do crazy stuff, man?
Views did their video or how many articles they got that trending now?
Boy.
At least 1 million, probably 100 million people then commented on their situation.
Boy.
You know what I mean? She's beautiful. She's talented. And I'm glad they, had a healthy baby. I don't really see anything wrong with what she's wearing.
Oh, you talking
about Rihanna? No.
Keke Palmer?
Keke Palmer.
Oh, she had a kid?
Yeah.
She a mother?
They say, yeah.
Wow.
No. See, that's what people are saying. She's a mother. She dressed like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you got kids, so you don't think there's no, like, a respect level? Like, so when we was younger, right, in our 20s, did dude respect girls like that?
She shouldn't be living for somebody else's respect.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying she lived with somebody else's respect. I'm saying, like, some girls, they're dressed like that, but they think that you should hold them to the highest regard.
Well, not in that environment.
That's what I'm saying.
But I would hold her.
Yeah, you getting held to the highest regard, but for something else, not what you think is supposed to be, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are judged by their actions, not for what they wear. If you're a bad mother, I'm going to judge you on that. But, if it's stylish and, got some class, which I think hers was stylish and classy, but if you like, walking out naked and doing lewd stuff, that's different. You know what I mean? Or lewd and decent stuff, that's different.
I guess the bar for naked just keep moving. I don't know where is that anymore, man. What's decent?
I mean, if you can make it classy and stylish, I think.
What's decent anymore? Like that even exist anymore? Like decency, they don't even exist anymore, do it?
Anything that's not sexual harassing or offending anyone.
That changes a lot, man.
I'm all for it. I'm a pro freedom person. Live your life if you're confident to wear these things.
Yeah, we say on the podcast, you can do whatever you want to do. You got to take what come with it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you don't have. She doesn't have a regular job.
We're gonna say right. We're looking at it from a regular.
So, but what do you think? I mean, you think as a mother, she should be doing that, or does her husband / baby daddy?
Well, what I'm gonna say is I thank my wife for representing the Gray family for doing what she do, because she was like that before I met her. She wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about for regular people. I'm not an entertainer. I'm talking about for regular people. You just don't want to put that kind of stress on your husband. You know what I'm saying? As him being your leader, if he's leading you, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to put that kind of stress, because I understand the connotation when you do that. The expectations, like, you can't do something like that and then expect something different, a different outcome. You can, but you're being delusional at that point, you know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want to do, but I'm saying you got to take what comes with it, you know what I'm saying? But respecting yourself or having enough decency, you know what I'm saying, to understand when you're doing something. Like, if I was to ask her, what makes you want to wear this? Like, what makes you want to wear this? If I could see, you know what I'm saying, all the crevices and cracks, what makes you want to wear this? What gives you enough comfort to come out of the house with that on? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't trip off of it, but sometimes I think, like, what gives you the comfortability to come out the house like that? You know what I'm saying?
I think we should all feel safe, and if that looks good to her, we have a different standard of style and beauty, and I think we should be all able to express that in any way, and we should feel safe, physically, mentally, and spiritually, without people kind of judging us negatively.
I don't know.
Judge her by her actions, not like what she's wearing.
That's an action. Choosing what you put on, right? That's not an action.
Yeah, I mean that's what choice. That's her choice, and what she thought.
It's the thing. People think you judging them. It's not just you judging them. It's like, dude, in a world where we talking about people are doing that kind of stuff, and you could be putting yourself in harm's way, but you talking about feeling safe. It's like contradictory. It's just weird, man.
I mean, they in VIP.
What's the purpose of wearing clothes? Right. What was the purpose of wearing clothes in the first place? To cover yourself up from the elements, right?
Yeah.
But now it seems like it's going in reverse. We're going to be cavemen in another 10 years. It's going to be like cavemen out here. You know what I'm saying? Barney Ruffalo and what's the name out here?
But man, you want to look good. Not only cover yourself,
it's other ways to look good than that, though.
But she wanted to be different and wanted
to
her respect. But she wanted to expect herself.
Don't let that butt get you in trouble. The butt, man, it gets you every time.
She should have the right to do what she kind of wants to do. And she was in a safe, isolated area. She was right next to Usher. VIP, very.
Coming out the house, representing yourself or whoever you with or something like that. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're single, man, it's just, I don't know, it's just decency, man. It's just like a representation, you know what I'm saying? But
but she's representing.
The world is different than regular
she's
people,
representing, herself. Yeah. I don't think you should have to check with anyone for what you're wearing.
Again, you can do whatever you want to do. You just got to take what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I just, I don't know. It's just, it used to be a time when women, you know what I'm saying, there used to be a certain shyness about a woman that they wouldn't do that.
So that's more appealing to you, a woman being more meek or more shy?
It's more of a biblical kind of thing, like the nature of the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
It makes her seem more virtuous.
I think it's more respectable.
Respectable, okay.
Yeah. Virtuous is a little bit more steps to it to be virtuous. Yeah. It's just one of the ingredients to the pie. You know what I'm saying? So.
Respect. I mean, so seeing her body, seeing someone's body makes them less respectable.
I think that the respect that they demand, like how can a man really want to view you in high regard when he can see everything? You don't even give him nothing to look forward to.
I mean, I don't. We're the public. I mean, we see this woman. She has
right.
a man. As so why would I even have to see her or hope to see her? Like, she doesn't have anything for me. That's not for me.
Right. I'm not saying it's for you. I'm
or
saying the same
not
thing
for us. Not for men. She's not dressing for men or women to say I want her and I need her to have something more for my imagination.
But what you can't control is when you walk out the house, how other people perceive things. Yeah. Like, you can't control the dude that will be looking at you like that. You can't control it. But they'll say, why are you looking at me like that? That's what I'm saying.
If you dressing
like Usher looked at her when she walked off.
Yeah.
But if she's the
gotta take
why
that.
Usher looking at me like that? I mean, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying?
I think everybody.
But that's what I'm saying.
Expectors feels comfortable. You know what I mean? Looks, you can't control people looking.
But people that's what I'm saying. Well, people that'll do that, they'll try to control people's looks.
But I think the people who really confidently do that don't care about what people look at, don't care about what people think. They're comfortable and they want to look good and they want to expect themselves.
But that's what I'm saying. But you can do that, but don't get mad if dude is only looking at you for one thing. Right?
I mean,
you can't wear that then and be like, why are you not looking at me as a wife? I'm not thinking about marriage right now.
You know, she doesn't want you to look at her like wives. Just want to be looked at like a normal person.
But the dude that give her attention, that talk to her though, that she digging, I'm not saying she'll do that, but there are
we're talking about regular people.
A subset of people that'll say, don't look at me like that. But I'm looking at you in real time. Like, what am I supposed to think?
Yeah, you got a big bullseye on your chest, and you say, don't look at this bullseye.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't reality, look at my bullseye. Man. It's like, man, I'm 6'5". If I come out here with them Magic Johnson 83 Lakers shorts all the way up to and then tell the girl, don't look at my legs. Don't look at my legs. That's not cool. Don't look at my legs. Dude, I got all my legs out. You know what I'm saying? That don't even make sense, but people do that, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Like, you got to be realistic about stuff, what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, this is the kind of stuff we do. We'll debate like that, and they'll turn into a debate just like that. And we're finna get ready and sign out, get out this rain, get under this pavilion, Hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you think. Got something to say before we get out?
No. Like, share, subscribe.
Peace.